Hello everyone and welcome back. Gaming with Priesty, Newcastle Jets in the Premier League, episode 4 of the season. We open up today's episode at West Ham, blowing bubbles for sure. Frodo's favourite club. If you've ever seen Green Street Hooligans, you'll know what I'm talking about. Not a bad movie, actually, if you can put aside the fact that Frodo, the man that saved Mordor, is an actual football hooligan. You'll enjoy it. As far as football hooligan movies go, not my favourite. Not quite as good as Football Factory or Rise of the Foot Soldier. There too, I probably prefer. But we move into this game against West Ham, and early on in the game, they take the 1-0 lead. They slam the ball into the net. What a finish. The defensive error. What surprise from me. And, these teams, like I said before, they just start the game so well here. You see what a turn that is. And play the ball back, and it's 2-0 within a blink of an eye, just 15 minutes into the game. Really frustrating. As we've had a reasonably good start to the season, and you see here Taggart gets a chance to get in behind in the second half, and he does narrow the lead down to just one goal. Nice little hip hop celebration there as well. And Clinton here storm into the box to try and get the game back to 2-2, and this about sums it up. I think I pressed the circle button to shoot about 5 times there. And he doesn't shoot, and then when he finally does, it goes into the post, and then late in the game, we have another chance to equalise and send the ball wide, and that just about summed it up. West Ham, they dominated early. We had a good crack at getting back in the game, but sometimes you just can't, as hard as you may try. That's just the way it is. In moving to the next game against Everton, and Savannah there, he's been in some nice goal scoring form. We're going to have to keep an eye on him as we take on Everton at McDonald Jones Stadium. And once again, early in the game, Hugo Lloris is called in to make a save, and that's Savannah there. Some nice footwork. He gets the ball back into the mixer, and then Lloris finally again, the ball would go out and give us a bit of a breather here. And you see, no one comes down to close down our player there, and it takes a really good save from Morales in the Everton goal to pull the ball out, and then the ball falls to Jacob Ramsey for a second there. I thought that ball went in. You check it here on the replay. He absolutely smokes the half volley. Morales is beaten for sure, but it goes just wide. Play the ball into Walker. Walker gets across and unluckily taps over the ball. You'll see on the replay, it kind of just rolls off his arm here. Lacazette chests it, and he does kind of throw his arm up at it. Lacazette steps up and buries the penalty, and we're 1-0 in front. We'll take the penalty here, and then you see taps over, trying to make amends right before half time. Rafa's not happy, he's clenching his hands, but they couldn't find the equaliser. We're going to go and try and double our lead. Barrios here plays in Ravella. Morales comes up with another good save. He's basically keeping the difference here. Another good save, and somehow scores still only 1-0. And you see there, Laird just lets Martinelli go, and Martinelli just beautiful cross there, and he just finishes it very nicely. Disappointing there from Laird not to follow his man. So the defense just no real idea. Savagnier, that man there, the guy to watch. He plays the ball out wide, and he just Martinelli just strides through the defence, absolutely unopposed, and in no time whatsoever, we're 1-0 up, and now we are 2-1 down, and that is how the game would finish. We're unable to get back into it, and I'm going to tell you what, guys, that's a really disappointing result. We created plenty of good chances in that game, but our defence, as happens quite so often, just fell apart when we really needed it to stand up. I guess that's the way it goes. Sometimes still trying to gel early in the season, or maybe it's going to be a bigger problem as we move into the next day game at the King Power Stadium against Leicester. And everyone loves the Leicester story, the Foxes, and how they won the Premier League a few seasons back. They've gone on to compete in the Champions League. They've won an FA Cup title as well. And it really is an amazing story. But we're not here to let them get the better of us, let me tell you. But early in the game, 20 minutes into the game, they just stroll through almost unopposed. Hugo Lloris has been way too busy. You see Adam Taggart here storming into the box. Sorry guys, he forces Cragno into a really good save. And then McKinley would force him into another good save. He gets up, fists it away. You see there, Mitchell would go down, the young striker, and he's going to be out for a significant amount of time. And then you see here, I don't know if that shell shocked us a little bit, but Madison there plays the ball through, and Lloris there at the near stick. I'm not sure he could have done better. That is hit with plenty of power, and we fall 1-0 behind. Madison once again pulling the strings. This time Lloris can make the save. Here late in the game, we're pushing for the equaliser. Thurgate hits it straight at Cragno though, and in his rush to release the ball, Delaney does well there to win the ball back. It falls to Barrios. This guy's had a really good season. Gets stripped from him, but he stays up on the high press. Cragno gives it away, and Barrios at the near stick, he'd find the equaliser in the 88th minute. Pretty fortunate to get away with the 1-1 draw there, but we'll take that against the Foxes, especially away from home. You know how good they are these days. For a little while there, they were lost in the wilderness, but since they've come back to the Prem, like we said earlier, they've won the league title, they've won FA Cup, and after 9 games, that leaves us sitting in 10 points, 3 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses. I can't really argue with that. We're at least a couple of wins away from the relegation zone. So we're really pleased about that as well. We move into the final game of today's episode, the Carabao Cup at McDonald Jones Stadium against Manchester United, and we hit the post early, and then Ronaldo has a good shot at goal. Rashford first to the scraps. Lloris makes a great double save, but Rashford gets there again. Put Manchester United in the lead, and they do love running over the skull shot every time we play. Every time they score, they love a run over the skull shot. Lacazette gets in behind. He can't find the equaliser though. He hits it straight at Areola in the Manchester United goal, but Andrew there gets up from the following corner, and he would find the equaliser. Then right on the stroke of half-time, Caesar pulls the ball back to Olsen, who calmly slots it past Areola in the goal. And we are 2-1 up. We've turned the game around in the blink of an eye. And then in the second half, we're pushing for a third to close off the game. Rivella there hits it straight at the keeper, who comes up with a good save with his feet. And then towards the end of the game, just over 15 minutes remaining, Ronaldo there with a beautiful back heel. Lingard probably should have hit that one first time, but goes for the heel to heel, and that allows Lloris to get out. And save at his feet, and then have one final chance to double our lead. We can't take it, but we do sneak away with a 2-1 lead, which means we're through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, a tournament we've traditionally done really well in. And I've got to tell you, I think this is the silverware that we're going to be going for this season. Finish off a couple of international offers, one from Finland, one from Ireland. I'm going to turn them down, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next time.